Do we all need to take a month vacation just to watch everything coming out in April? Or are we all going to be sick of it by the end? We'll discuss everything happening in April in this episode of Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast.
Okay, name your favorite dinosaur.
Velociraptor.
All right. If you were a chick, who's the one guy you would sleep with?
John Stamos.
What? Did we just become best friends?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 21 of Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast, where we talk about sports, video games, movies, and whatever else is trending in the world. You can find us on all social media platforms at Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast or DWJBBF podcast. You can also call or text us at 872-225-2404. And if you leave a good enough message, you might hear yourself on a future episode. We always appreciate kind reviews on Apple Podcasts, subscriptions on YouTube, and follows on Twitch. Don't forget to hit those bell notifications so you don't miss any new episodes. And my name is Anthony, and I am with Alfredo. And this week, we're going to do a quick recap of different things happening around the world and internet and all that, sports. And then we're going to talk about all the goodies coming out in April, which should be a lot of fun because April is looking like it's going to be just a massive month.
Well, the only thing I'm looking forward to April, to be honest, is Endgame.
Oh, wait till I tell you the list. Wait till I tell you the list. There's some other ones that I'm like, ooh. You know.
I think I mentioned it. We're doing a marathon.
Yeah.
It's not a marathon. It's spread out within 2 months.
Yeah, you're doing like a, what would that be called? Like a catch-up? Not catch-up.
Just
yeah,
like a refresher. Everything,
yeah.
The way everything is supposed to be meant in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So we just finished Captain America Winter Soldier. Then after that, it went to, what was it? Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. So after that, see, actually, I have a little laundry list here.
Oh, really? Of all the movies?
Yeah, of all that stuff, yeah. So
nice.
It's all dates and everything. It's 2 movies, 3 movies a week. If we fall behind, there's a lot of catching up. It all leads up to Endgame.
Yeah.
And I have to say it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, all the movies are so good. You know, Marvel, they do an awesome job. I can't wait. I saw a meme talking about like Marvel and stuff where they're like, it said something like Spider-Man's. There's been 3 Spider-Mans. There's been X amount of number of this character, you know, and so many of these characters. They're like, then there's only one Wolverine. I'm like, yeah, for now. Like, wait 2 more years and there's gonna be another Wolverine. He's not gonna. Yeah. Hugh Jackman's not gonna be the only Wolverine.
No, he's not.
You know, so
I mean, I think he's getting a little too old for that.
Well, he knows. Yeah, he knows. He already said that's it. He's done. Like, you know, he did his swan song with Logan. You know, so and now, dude, I mean, if you're gonna finish a run with a character, that's Logan was the way to end it, man. For sure. That was...
He ended it nicely. It's not one of those BS moves where, oh, it was all a dream.
Yeah, no, it was good, and I like the Deadpool little twist with it, like what he did with it. Because even like Deadpool, I don't know if it was a trailer or was it a part. He did something where he was at the grave, and he's like, "Oh well, this can't stay." And, you know, and he had like the again injection, like he was gonna bring him back to life, type of thing.
Was it?
I can't remember in what movie or if it was a trailer. Or what.
Was it Deadpool 2? That he went like back in time and fixed something.
Yeah, he fixed all the timeline. So he killed the shitty Deadpool. He killed the shitty Green Lantern.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it in that movie that came out in?
No, this was after. It was sometime after Logan. Yeah, I think it was an extra in Logan, or it was just like something like Ryan Reynolds just wanted to do, because like Ryan Reynolds and what's his name? Hugh Jackman are like really good friends in real life, like really good friends in real life, you know. And when they're together, they're really funny. That's why I'm like, I would love to see them on the big screen, but I don't think it's gonna happen. All right, so we'll start this week with some interesting things. You want to save your thing at the end, the sports stuff at the end, and before we get into the main topics?
Yeah, we could.
Okay, so one thing that just happened at WonderCon is, just a comic book kind of convention. So Chucky, they're rebooting Chucky and Child's Play remake. It's supposed to come out June 21st. It looked kind of the first trailer. Aubrey Plaza's in it, which is, she's an awesome actress. But it just got released. The voice of Chucky.
Oh yes, I've heard.
Yeah, the voice of Chucky is Mark Hamill.
That amazes me.
Yes, he is so good at different voices. I mean, he's especially evil voices. I mean, he was the 90s Joker. He was the animated series Joker.
No way.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, dude. On the animated Batman series, he was Joker. And like the story he says about like how he became Joker was amazing. Like he was just practicing the laugh on the way to the audition. And that's like honestly one of the best Jokers is a cartoon like Mark Hamill, and who would have known? Who would have thought like freaking Luke Skywalker would become Joker? And he's done a lot of voices, man, a lot of voices.
And I think that's the thing. People think, it's just Luke Skywalker. He doesn't know. He just knows how to, kill his dad or whatever the way the movie happens. But when they find out, oh, wow, this guy is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, he still surprised me. There's a show that just finished maybe a year or so ago called Regular Show. It was on Cartoon Network, and there's a character called Skips. He's like he kind of looks like Bigfoot type of character. He looks a little weird, but he skips everywhere he goes. And I couldn't put my finger on who the voice was. And then and then one day I'm like, I'm gonna watch the credits. It was Mark Hamill. I'm like, how did I not know? It's like this guy. He's in a lot of voices that I wasn't expected. A lot of video games too. But now I know his voice. Like it's hard to not to catch him.
There was a video game. It was a live action video game for the PS1 or 2. And the game came with 3 or 4 discs, because they had live action actors. Mark Hamill was one of them. Yes. Really? Yeah. And it was pretty cool because they'll tell you, oh, should we go fight them or should we go stand back and let them fight? Or
it was one of those.
And then there's aviation kind of space kind of thing going, but it was pretty cool. Yeah. It was pretty cool for that time.
Yeah. Like he's one of those guys that are just such a good actor. So that kind of makes the movie a little bit more. I'm excited a little bit more about it. It's like, oh, cool. Like he's not gonna sound stupid, If anything, Mark Hamill knows how to, not sound funny, but not stupid funny and scary at the same time. Like I think he'll pull it off. I'm excited about that.
Well, yeah, I really am sure that he's gonna pull it off without any issue at all.
Oh no. Yeah.
This guy is a professional. He's been in movie business since.
Oh man, yeah.
He was a young Jedi.
80s, it's 70s, yeah, 70s. I take it back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 70s.
I'm sure he takes everything, seriously, and just like he was practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
just real quick, it was the post-credit scene of Logan.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Goes in and brings him back. So
he finds him with the metal detector.
There you go. That's what it was. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I can't wait for Deadpool to be in with the rest of the Marvel guys. That's gonna be so good. Imagine Chris Pratt and Ryan Reynolds together. That'll be good. All right. So
that would be good, actually.
So there's another thing happened this week. Was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. And one of the
Oh wait, they got knocked out. Never mind. Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, that's later. So one of the things was The Cure is getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. And this is kind of becoming like a viral meme type of thing because it's hilarious. So one of the reporters pulls over The Cure and obviously brings over Robert Smith, who's the singer, the front man. And she asks him, she goes, "Oh, are you as excited as I am for you to be inducted to the Hall of Fame?" And he's like, apparently not. And he says, what? He goes, apparently not as excited as you. He goes, by the sound of it, no. Because she goes, are you as excited about this as I am? And he goes, by the sound of it, no. I'm like, it's hilarious. I was like, leave it to Robert Smith to be like, yeah, I think you're more excited about this than I am.
I mean, not everybody goes to the Hall of Fame of anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been a little stoked if I was him.
Yeah, I mean, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame kind of is a shit show now to a lot of like, it is, man. I mean, one, it's not, there's a lot of people who are not rock and roll in it. I mean, they should change the name to Music Hall of Fame because that's what it is. It's not Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and actually, I agree with that.
You know, and then you have a little bit of like, whoa, like when NWA got in it, which NWA is an awesome band. Don't get me wrong. You know, they influenced and changed a lot of the music in their genre, but they don't fall under rock and roll. And they were saying like, oh, you know, we because we're rebels and we did this, so you know, we are rock and roll. I was like, no, like. You can't, like, NWA is not rock and roll and like Metallica is not rap, you know, like that's not how it works, you know, like they're both awesome artists and they both changed their genre of music, you know, in the world. So it needs to get just renamed Music, but Music Hall of Fame doesn't sound as cool as Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to.
Right. I mean, they who was it? NWA. They can't say they're just like rock and roll.
No. I mean, they're badasses, you know, and they you know, like
they paved the way, just like Ozzy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Metallica kind of took some of Ozzy or just got inspired from him.
Well, there's like a saying where Black Sabbath created metal, Metallica perfected it.
Yes.
You know, so there's like that thing. So it's like you know, like Black Sabbath created every riff that every metal band uses today, you know, which is almost kind of true. I mean you can argue about that all day, but yeah, I mean, but yes, that's besides the point. That could be a whole other podcast about music. But yeah, so Robert Smith, man, he is definitely one of those like gothic guys that just doesn't give a shit, and The Cure's an awesome band, and he's an awesome front man. And that was the best because she's all dressed up and looks nice and makeup and with his gold suit or gold like dress on. He's like just in all black with his eyeshadow, hair all jacked up. And she's all like, "Are you excited as I am?" He goes, "Sounds like it. No, I'm not." So that was epic for me. All right, so
try not to make me laugh, man. I'm dying.
Well, this one I don't know, Mike, because. So the NAACP Image Awards were the other day.
What the hell is that again?
I forgot what I forgot what it stands for.
NAACP
Image Awards. It's for like actors and whatever. It was Saturday night, so Chris Rock came up to present an award, and he just went in on Jussie Smollett. Went in on him, dude. It was hilarious. He's like, he goes, what a waste of light skin. He goes, if I was light skinned and had curly hair, he goes, I'll control Hollywood. You know, and he's like just saying like, he goes, what the hell was he thinking? You know, like stuff like that. Like he goes on for a good like minute or so, just kind of ripping him.
All in good fun.
And he goes, yeah, we're not calling you Jussie anymore. You're Jesse. He goes, you lose the U. The U was a sign of respect. He goes, I got no respect for you. I was like, that's damn. Funny. So it was like funny, but a little jab at the end, you know? He goes, yeah, so you're losing the W or the U. We're just calling you Jesse.
Okay. So the NAACP, National Association of the Advancement of Colored People.
There you go.
So I can see why he
wasn't there.
He lost a U.
Jussie Smollett wasn't there.
That'd be a good thing. He should. I mean, he's probably told him to stay low.
Yeah, he was. So he was a no-show, despite being nominated. He was actually nominated, but yeah, probably the best for his image to not do it. But I mean,
stay out of the limelight.
I mean, not everyone is against them. This, you know, there's a few people. You know, Lena Waithe. I can't pronounce her name. But yeah, she said being queer and black is like having a target on your back every time you walk out the door. I mean, yeah, but also
does it give him the right to set up your own monkey?
Yeah, you know, and like So there's a lot of people that are like that go up there and like I stand with him. You know?
I don't know, to set up your own mugging to try to make you famous because you want a reconstructed contract or something, or whatever the cause was.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dude, really? I mean, you pay these people by check. First, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's learn how to do it first, and then try to successfully do it.
Yeah, don't pay by check.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, Jesus. But yeah, that was. I mean, for any of the listeners, it's just insane. Was it Manny said rap is dead?
Yeah, rap is dead.
It is. I mean, I'm not as big as a rap fan as Manny is, but yeah, I mean the stuff I hear on the radio, I'm like, what the hell is that?
It's garbage, man. I mean, it's garbage. You got guys tattooing 69 on their face, and they're afraid to come back in the U.S. because.
Oh, and then he's a big old trick, dude, man.
I've heard
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy, but
garbage.
It's all over plastered on Facebook that he's in Europe, I believe.
No, I think he's in jail, dude. Tekashi 6ix9ine's in jail, unless something happened recently where he got out, but he's in jail. Yeah,
I don't care.
Like I said, that could be a whole nother podcast to get Manny up here, talk about some rap stuff. Get Omar here. We get a few people in here to talk about a couple different genres of music. You know, because I feel even like a lot of metal is kind of cruddy now. It's hard to find a good metal band. You know, everyone is kind of sounds the same and the same kind of singer. Half singing, half screaming, and I was like,
yeah. They want to try to make it baseline.
Mm-hmm. They found
don't go too over the edge because you're gonna upset people.
Well, they find one thing that's popular, and then everyone copies it, and they just run it into the ground. You know, and that's for every genre. You know, that's for metal. They do that for rap. You know, like, oh, that person is famous because he did that, so I'm gonna copy it. I mean, even on YouTube, like YouTube, something, a trend gets famous, and then people lose their mind, trying to copy it and do stuff with it.
So, you know what loses my mind? What the freak you throwing a piece of cheese at a baby for?
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with people nowadays?
I'm watching it, and like the some of them are funny because when the kid gets hit, they laugh, and and kids have that like really like a funny laugh, But then there's some where they just get hit, and they're just like, "What the?" They just like it looks. I don't know. The rap died when Tupac died. And you're talking about what, 90s?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. That's
so
even a conspiracy. Apparently, he's not dead. He's having s'mores with Elvis somewhere.
Yeah, right. So all right. So now we'll move into the sports real quick. So the MLB season, baseball season started this week. And there's been a good few things. The Cubs like crushed it their first game. Baez was he was a beast. But right now everyone's talking about Bryce Harper because he sends his home run into freaking space the other day. It went 465 feet into the second level in the bleachers. And the exit velocity of this ball was 113.7 miles per hour. That's crazy, dude. I mean, as soon as he hit it, it was just like, that's gone. I mean, like, it was insane. It was a crazy home run. And then the crowd goes crazy. He comes out for like, to wave everyone off for the second time, and he's like screaming. And man, that's a way to start a season. That is a way to start a season.
Considering he had how many home runs in spring training and
0,
right? And
0 hits. I mean, last I heard, he didn't do too well in spring training.
I mean, that's one way to shut up some people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many people have been talking about that?
Yeah.
And I mean, let's see. I'm trying to do quick It doesn't show anything. It's 465-foot home run.
Oh.
Believe it or not, that's out of Wrigley
Oh yeah.
and onto the rooftops of Across Street.
No way.
Yes.
On the rooftop?
Yes. Glenn Allen Hill actually hit a home run there.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Jeez, yeah.
I remember him because he had a powerful swing. He was nothing but upper body strength. He never really used his lower half. I don't believe.
No. I
But
remember
he
Glenn
just-
Allen Hill.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
time
he
like
was-
they try to back him off the plate, he'll fall to the ground, stand back up, and lift his bat, and just he'll wait.
Yeah.
And that dude had a fierce look. And when he hit that ball, I'm like, oh my god, I was gone. And I remember I was a little kid.
Yeah.
It was gone.
So that's pretty much all the random little things I got. I know you got a few other quick things to talk about that are
And-
big in the sports world.
Well, March Madness, we have.
Yeah.
Whew,
Down to the final four, man.
Yes. Final four. Duke got defeated by Michigan State 67-68. So that is nuts. Duke's so everyone's bracket in the world probably just got ruined by that.
Oh yeah. I mean, that probably got ruined a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people knew Duke was going to make it and probably win it.
Well, they were
because
ranked number
Zion-
one. Yeah, they were ranked number one.
Right, yeah. Texas Tech, they beat Gonzaga. Texas Tech number 3. And I believe you said that this is the first time ever making it.
First time in the final four.
That's
Texas
amazing.
Tech,
Good for
yep.
them.
Yep.
And it seems like that I want. You see, they should restructure instead of bidding, instead of having teams that they donate the most money or have the most talent. Give me a team, a Cinderella team. You should restructure the whole thing and give me a teams that they have heart, that they go for it all, no matter what.
Yeah.
If it's 3 seconds to go in the game and you're up by 20, you still. I want people who raced on the court to get that last shot. Not the little slow. Okay, we won. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
You
I mean, I know in Texas one, they went bonkers, man, because for them that was a big deal, man. That was a really, really big deal. Honestly, I think they're gonna beat Michigan State. I think they have a really good chance of beating Michigan State. Like I said, I don't watch too much. He hasn't been there since '84. I thought that they haven't been there at all.
So okay, so let's see. I like that. Mumble rappers. Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
And then I don't
What they call
know.
it.
So we have number 2 Michigan State versus number 3 Texas Tech, and then number 1 Virginia versus number 5 Auburn. I'm telling you right now, out of Texas Tech, since this is the first time ever being there, I want them to go to the championship. Auburn, considering they're number 5, that would be nice. Number 3, number 5. I don't know when was the last time
Anything your wild child does.
Auburn was there in the Final Four, and
Yeah.
but
Oh, here it says for the first time ever, the Texas Tech Red Raiders are Final Four bound.
nice.
This is on NCAA.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this is their first time.
That's
Texas
amazing.
Tech's victory makes them the third Big 12 team since 2016 to make it to the Final Four. So
That's awesome and good for them. And
yeah, first Final Four for Red Raiders.
I mean, Purdue almost made it, and I'm only going Purdue because they're a pretty good school. I went there, I watched them. Drew Brees was up there. They got Jess goes there. My cousin, she
Yeah.
went there. She graduated, so did Jess, and yeah, that's a nice school. I'm too bad Illinois, Northwestern, was it U of I believe they were in there once. None of them made it.
Was
But,
U of I? Oh yeah, U of I was in there.
Yeah, a while ago, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going for Texas. I would, especially them being their first time. I think it will mean much, much more for a team like that than say like, I don't know. I know Virginia's won a few. Auburn, I don't know. They're right now because it's Virginia and Auburn, and Virginia's 1, Auburn's 5, Texas is 3, Michigan is 2. So It's gonna be good.
Yes.
I don't usually watch too much. I don't follow a lot of college, but when it comes down to the Final Four, I'll obviously watch a few games, watch highlights and stuff like that. Because March Madness is, it's like the college playoffs basically. It is, so being a sports fan, that's kind of important.
Yeah. Whenever I do these brackets, the first, what is it, 64, then it goes to 32, then from 32 goes to 16. The first 64, 32, I pick the number 1, 2s, maybe, of the 10 seeds or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, okay, come on, upsets. I want Cinderellas. That's what I want.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to become boring. Dallas will win 4 Super Bowls and shit. No, it gets too boring.
Yeah. I mean, every so often you get like a crazy team. Was it a few years ago? Where they were seeded like the worst or whatever. They barely made it in, and they got to like the 16th round or something like that. I can't remember what team, but it was like some kind of Cinderella story that they got pretty far, and I don't think they've been in since. But
could it be Valparaiso?
Possibly,
because I think I know who you're talking about. I could be wrong. But Valparaiso, they've made it a couple times, but I don't think really, really deep. Maybe even DePaul.
No, because DePaul we would have known for sure. What
else do we have?
So talking about rappers right now. Rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot dead outside LA store. Grammy nominated artist, 33 years old, multiple time gunshots. That's crazy, man. This was a few hours ago. 2 others injured. So Nipsey Hussle, I have no idea who he is. I just kind of went on the news right now, and that was the first thing that popped up.
And like Manny said, it's so sad that 33, dude, that's 10 years younger than I am. That it's so sad that kids like this, and I'm saying it kids, people die like that because it's so over what, music?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, really? Not only that, I mean, Metallica never got shot at, did they?
No.
I mean, the closest death I know from rock and roll was what? Nickelback? No, not Nickelback. Not Nickelback.
Everyone wants to kill them.
Yes. Yeah, that's a different story. Who was that? Dimebag from
Dimebag Darrell, yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think that's like the only one, but that was from some psychotic dude.
That was a fan. Yeah, and the thing was, I remember that when that happened, me and Omar they were going to play a charity show in Chicago the next night, or the next morning, actually, because it was a morning show. So it happened I forgot, it happened on a Monday. They were going to be Wednesday morning. I don't remember the exact days, but it was they finished the night in Ohio, then a day off, and then the next morning they were going to be in Chicago doing a charity show for Toys for Tots. It was around Christmas time. And yeah, man, I was all excited. It wasn't Pantera. It was his new band because Pantera broke up. But yeah, a fan jumped on stage and man, shot him point blank. I think he shot a few other people, but I think Dimebag was the only one to die from it. He was, like I said, he was not right in the head. He wound up getting shot on stage. I think
security, I'm guessing,
or somebody.
By other fans with guns.
Yeah, it is Ohio. But yeah,
I mean, like I said, it's so sad that people go to other countries to hide, or it's sad that people like this, rappers, they so far we don't even know this. This guy won a Grammy. We don't know this guy.
Yeah, well, he's nominated.
Nominated.
He was up for best. He was up for best album at the Grammys.
And none of us probably know the album. I mean, that's how crappy rap music turned into.
Victory Lap? I have no idea who he is. But what it is, though? We also are old. And, I remember going to concerts and always seeing, those old thing. It was like, oh, man, those guys are old. When I'm me, Omar, early 20s, and there's always, those guys that... they do it. So he said, rock and rollers overdose, rappers get killed.
Right.
That's true. I mean, but the thing is, like, like the newer rock people, well, some of them do, but yeah, overdose, especially back in the day in the '80s. Oh my god, Motley Crue and all those guys got stories. You know, Ozzy can't even freaking walk straight because of all the damn drugs he took.
He walks straight. He can't even talk
He
straight.
can- he can't
straight
talk.
in 20 years.
Yeah. So
I mean,
rappers get shot. You know, rock and rollers overdose. The new one's more like a lot of alcohol.
right.
Metallica was alcohol. I mean,
Right,
in the '80s they were known as alcoholica because they drank so much.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
No,
That's
yeah, look
funny.
it up. That was like
No.
they were known as alcoholica because like they would go on stage and just be trashed.
Well, I understand what Manny's saying, but overdose you do to yourself. Killed. This guy's
Yeah.
coming out of a store.
Yeah.
And he probably has a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
A
They
loaf
do
of
it.
bread
They do
and
it to
stuff.
each other.
Right. You
They do it to
know.
each-
Well, I'm number 2 in the church. You're number 1. Pow, pow. Guess who's number 1 now? You know?
They can't. I don't. Oh, that's the reason why.
I'm only speculating because people nowadays they don't really take, criticism well.
Yeah.
You know, you automatically you step on someone's shoe by accident, even though you say you're sorry, they want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, relax, okay? Here's a blue ribbon for your participating award. Back off, move on. You know. But here's a question to you: how old is music old?
What do you mean?
Okay, for example, like as of right now, I'm guessing Metallica is old music. Is it rock still? Is it classic rock? What's the is it 20 years, 25 years from the start of the date?
It's usually like 20 years of like when they kind of hit their peak. You know, so like music that were big in the 80s ish is now considered like classic. Even like early 90s music, dude, like grunge is considered classic. yeah.
Is that Depeche Mode?
No, like
Personal Jesus?
that's like Nirvana, dude. Like Nirvana,
geez.
is like considered a classic now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I don't know because like Metallica, they're rock, but they're also like in that sub of metal, and metal is kind of weird when it comes to like stuff like that. You know, like because like
we should make a tree. Like
there's one. Like there's a movie called the documentary of like metal and stuff, or Headbanger's Journey or something like that, which is an epic freaking movie, man. Yeah, and it breaks it down like the OG, and then it starts breaking it down to like all these different genres of like the guys who started it was like Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, you know, those are like the guys that started it, and then it kind of like split into like all the crap that it is now.
Wow.
Manny said, "I think I'm." Manny says Kramer's right. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, he goes as of writing the shooting suspect who fled from the scene remains at large. Investigated as a homicide. Yeah, they're not saying why.
No.
I guess this guy was pretty big. He was in Bone Thugs and Harmony's film in 2010, which I didn't even know.
They made a film?
I guess he was in a pilot episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Let's see, he did stuff with Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, Tyga, Rick Ross, Drake. So I guess he's pretty well known in the hip hop rap scene.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace. But I don't.
Yeah, we're old, dude.
All those people you mentioned. I don't know. The only tiger I know is the dude from Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Oh yeah.
That tiger who spins around in a circle with the diamond.
Yeah.
That guy was Tiger or something. I can't remember his name. But yes. Rest in peace.
Yeah. He was well known. All right. You want to do talk about Howard, or you want to save that for another day? We're at an hour live. I don't know where we're at.
No, 33 minutes.
33 minutes since we started. Okay.
Yeah, since we started from the opening.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because mine's like it just starts from when we went live.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we could do Howard real quick. When Bears news.
Bears news. Jordan Howard actually gets traded. I mean, I know he was going to get traded. And I kind of knew Philly was one of the teams, maybe even the Chiefs, considering they're going to need a back.
Yeah.
Not the Giants or, whatever. But like I mentioned before, Kramer, Jordan Howard is being traded for a sixth round pick for 2020.
Yeah.
Might be a fifth round pick, depending his performance in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So Jordan has a lot to prove. Now, they basically took, I don't know, I explained myself correctly the first time. They took him from a system that wasn't going to work with his style, threw him the Philadelphia system that's identical to the Bears, see if that's going to work with his style. I don't know. The only thing I can see why they picked him up is because Ajayi's hurt. Sproles, I believe he's hurt. They basically don't have any running backs at all. I mean, they do have running backs, but no one is huge or big, or maybe they're close to the edge. But I don't know, man. Do I like the trade? No, I hate to see him go. However, I mean, Howard ran for 936 yards last year.
Yeah.
And the 2 years prior to that was like 1,200 and 1,300.
Yeah.
I'm like, really, dude? So it sucks that he's gone, but Philadelphia's gonna get a really good guy. It's gonna fit in this style because they need a strong back.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be a beast. Would you draft him in the second, third round of fantasy? I think yes.
Yeah, that's what that. See, well, I mean, not like fantasy, but it's also just like a thing that upsets me is he's worth more than that.
Yeah,
you know,
the only other option is draft day is coming.
It's
in a month. It's in a month away. Then after draft, and then it's when they have to finalize everything, the rosters, because that's when the minicamp breaks a month later.
Yeah.
So they need to make a move now to make room, even though they got the 75 roster cut until maybe the second or third week of preseason. They want to finalize a lot of things right now. They either get it for a sixth round, maybe a fifth, or they just cut them and get nothing in return. So, I mean, you get something for nothing, I guess.
I don't know, but because I don't know if you saw it was on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook. See how freaking old I am. But yeah, it was on Facebook. I put it up because I'm like, Fredo called it. Another one he called. I don't know if you saw it or not. And I'm like, what do you think about the move? Not one person liked it. They're like, bad move. At least they're like, they didn't like. From what I gathered, a lot of people didn't mind him leaving, but for like practically, like for me, it's like a sixth round. Like you just gave him away. Like, I mean, he has worth. He does have worth. He might not have worth in your system, but he has worth in a lot of other systems.
I think that's why if he does well in Philadelphia, they're going to up it to fifth round.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, fifth round, it's really not much. It's only 32 picks more, or maybe even less. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. When they signed Davis from free agency, I knew things were close.
Same. I know. We talked about that. We're like, Howard's gone because Cohen, he was kind of the showrunner. Howard never really had a good consistency this past year. Even though he was good, he had really good runs. He just wasn't consistent, which kind of ruined it. Yeah, right. Yeah. Even Manny said, credentials as a teammate, in person was never questioned in Hallis Hall, which I agree. I mean, there's nothing but good things that I heard from teammates, because usually teammates, if they don't like a person, they just shut up. They don't really talk about it, but when somebody leaves that they kind of are like, oh, he's going to be missed. He was a cool guy. So, and I never heard anything bad about him. So it kind of sucks. But like you said, he's not going to fit the system. But I don't know about Davis. I mean, Davis was a freaking practice squad dude, man.
Yeah, he was. The only reason he moved up in Seattle is because their first two running backs, what was it? Can't remember who, but he got traded, he got hurt, and then Davis stepped up.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because he's a running back. They use these guys and they crash into people constantly at full force, or they get tackled from their knees and twist ankles. Yeah, I understand what Manny's saying. There's Cohen, Howard, and Davis, but injuries happen, and injuries always happen. You know, something might leak, and Davis ends up, you know, doing something bad, and then the Bears will cut him because the Bears don't condemn that at all. So you never know. So we just lost a very good, valuable number 2, or number 3 running back, considering he's a number 1 running back.
Yeah,
but we could easily left him a number 2 or 3.
Yeah. He goes. He's a number 1 guy. You know, and like man said, he thrived in 2016 and 17. You know, because the Bears were bad then, which they were because they were still building. You know, they didn't quite have a quarterback. Because when did what's his name come in?
This is his second
year, right? So yeah, I mean 2016 and 17, he wasn't even around, you know, and that's all they had. They didn't have a quarterback really.
Well, I mean,
who they have, Mark Sanchez?
No. It was Glennon.
That's right.
Glennon started the season, and then Trubisky came in.
Like right at the last few games.
Right at the last, I think, 6 games.
Yeah.
And then, it was something like that.
He said the offense was bad. Howard was good. And I mean, you know, but also if you like, you know, surround, you know, a gem around shit, you know, the gem is just going to look a lot better. Anyway, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you know, I mean, there wasn't any throwing game. The offensive line was good. They were finally getting good, which allowed a running game to be, you know, done. So, but like I said, Howard definitely a number 2 at least. He's for sure number 1. I think, and I think in Philly we're gonna get that 5th round. That's I think
we are
we're gonna get that 5th round, but it should have been way higher. You know, it should have been.
I strongly agree with you.
3rd, possibly 2nd round. You know, that would have been like a minimum for me.
Right. I think a 2nd would be a little too high. A 3rd would be perfect for it. Now I'm telling you right now, Pace, he's the type of guy that loves trading. Okay, he'll trade up. He trade up 1 spot to get Trubisky from the Browns. So now this sets up the 2020 draft picks, and I believe they have 2 2s, 2 3s, 3 4s, if I'm not mistaken. The Bears have. They're going to use some of those picks to move up from this year's 3rd round to maybe a number 2 spot, like the 2nd round.
Yeah,
because we lost our 1 and 2s because of the Khalil Mack deal.
Yeah,
so I could see that happening. Maybe they use that pick to like, hey, you know, look at this pick. If this guy does well, it's no longer a 6, now it's a 5.
Yeah. And like you said, they might next year they might use it to trade. Like, oh, we'll give you this person and this trade, you know, to go up and go higher. You know, so Pace is different for us for sure as a GM getting the job done.
Yeah,
at least draft day. At least draft day.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me if they use it this year.
Yeah,
because we got no 1, no 2. In the same hand, Howard was a 5th round pick, so he could find he could find really good players late in the rounds. So he has an eye for talent.
Yeah. All right. So
bye Howard. It was nice.
I'm sure we're gonna do plenty more NFL, baseball stuff as time goes on. Got to get. I know Manny's listening. Got to get Manny back on. Talk about some NBA playoffs with the king, the GOAT, LeBron James, not making to the playoffs, and he's taking a break for the rest of the season.
Did they bench him, or that was on him?
That was on him. He's saying he has like some injury. I don't know.
He's always injured.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, you're built like a brick house. How are you always injured?
Why is he injured if he flops all the time? That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That he flopped so hard, he sprained his little pinky.
He sprained.
That's what it is.
Was it? He sprained his mangina.
Mangina. Yes, he has a boo boo.
All right. So let's get into April. Dude, April is going to be a month, dude. It's insane. So I'm gonna go down the list from the 1st to what, the 30th, 31st, whatever the last day in April is. So coming out in April 1st, we have Cannon Busters on Netflix, which is supposed to be pretty cool. Ultraman, which is an anime on Netflix. It looks really cool. Twilight Zone season 1, on CBS.
Starts tomorrow. Wait, CBS
All Access. Yeah, CBS All Access.
Not CBS channel.
Not yet. I think it will do well because Jordan Peele, I believe, is the narrator. He's the host of it all, which is awesome. You know. And then for the CW fans, DC's Legends of Tomorrow does its second half of season 4. Starts also tomorrow, April 1st. So Cannon Busters is like something a little newer. Ultraman is new. Twilight Zone's new, and then the finishing of another season. So that's all in April 1st.
And that's the spring lineup, I'm guessing. Spring movies, spring.
Well, that Cannon Busters is Netflix. Ultraman is Netflix as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess, spring. You know, it's all the spring lineup stuff. So April 2nd, Kevin Hart, Irresponsible, is coming out on Netflix. So a new stand up. You know, I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. He's kind of funny at times. You know, he's not my cup of tea. Like I gotta follow everything he does. But he's not bad. I'll probably watch it for sure. You know, I have Netflix, so. And then also April 2nd is Bong Appetit, the cook-off on Viceland. I don't know if you watched any of the previews or anything like that. Bong Appetit, it looks pretty cool. It's like it has like everything they cook with hemp or, you know, marijuana and stuff like that, which is, so they make a lot of like cool, they make some cool stuff, man. Pretty interesting. I saw a lot of trailers for it, and I'm like, I'm pretty interested. It's on Viceland, of course.
Is Tommy Jung like the host?
That would be awesome.
Special guest or something.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That guy was cool. I watched a stand up of him the other day. He was on Comedy Central, and he was talking about like all when he got arrested and all that cool stuff.
Yeah,
he was funny.
That's funny.
So April 4th, you have Marvel's Cloak and Dagger season 2 on Freeform. I haven't watched season 1, but it's definitely on my list, and I heard it's really, really good. So Cloak and Dagger is like a new, I don't know about newer, but they're like a kind of like, at least for me, a newer kind of thing. So it's this Cloak, which is like this guy, which he's black because that kind of plays a big part of, you know, of like the race thing in it. But he's able to like disappear and reappear, kind of like a Nightcrawler type of stuff. And then Dagger is this white girl, and she like throws like these like energy daggers that she can make. I don't know too much about them, but I'm pretty sure that like they're like drawn to each other though, and when they're together, they're more powerful than when they're apart.
What movie was that with Will Smith?
Yeah, it's like that. It's a black guy and a white girl. Hancock. There you go.
Yeah, but when they were closer, they were weaker, and when they got further apart, they were a lot stronger.
Yeah. When they were together, because they were like drawn. That was such a cool idea of a movie. Poorly executed, but it was such a good idea because they were like gods. But they were drawn together, and when they were drawn together, they became like weaker and eventually died. You know, and then they were the last two, so they had to be separated. That was so cool. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Just
yes.
So April,
Jason Bateman overkilled it.
He's such a good actor. That's what he does, though.
He is. I think he's like he does.
Yeah. He like hams it up.
Blinks his he tenses up. He's constipated because he does this, and then he like blinks his eyes a lot. Yeah. I'm like, all right, guy, whatever. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No. Jason Bateman. I love Jason Bateman, but he does ham it up a little bit. All right. So April 5th. This is when some of the good stuff is happening. It's the first weekend of April. So you have The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Part 2. I don't know if you watched part 1. It was so good. Like, I watched it thinking, I'm like, I don't know what to expect. Me and Erica like binged it like really fast. Like, we were like hooked on it. It was really, really good. Very different than the ABC Melissa Joan Hart Sabrina. Very, very different.
The Teenage Witch.
Yeah. Still, she's a teenage witch, obviously, and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool, man. Not really for a younger audience. I think it's a little more like older teenager audience. But oh man, that's a good show. And then I don't know if you Tick, the live action, the Tick season 2 on Amazon Prime is coming out, and season 1 was hilarious. I always was a fan of the Tick. In the '90s, the cartoon. So.
Wasn't recasted though?
I think so.
Because I can't remember the guy.
They did it on Fox. They did it on Fox. That was Putty from Seinfeld.
Yes. He
was the Tick, which was perfect, dude. It was dead on. Yes. Yeah. But that was on, I think, Fox.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Now I remember because he came on after Simpsons or right before Simpsons.
Yeah, it was on. It was a Sunday show.
Yes,
that was awesome. And then the movie, 2 big movies coming out that weekend, Friday, April 5th, is Pet Sematary, obviously remake, which looks really good because the first one was really good. So this one looks pretty awesome too. And Shazam, which I am gonna go see that weekend for sure. Shazam looks good.
I got mixed reviews on Shazam.
Really? I heard nothing but good reviews on Shazam. Like all the early reviews, everyone's like, it's so different and it's good, and it's like it's a different superhero movie. I heard nothing. What you hear? Because I heard nothing but good reviews on Shazam.
It's not what I've heard. It's just the concept, the idea to me. Okay, this is before I actually really got with the Marvel, the MCU. It just didn't get me.
Well, this is in the DC universe, though.
This is on DC side.
This is DC side. He's the original Captain Marvel.
Right, that's what I was about to say. He was the original, or he's like a copycat of it.
No, so, he was called Captain Marvel, and then they lost the rights and all that.
You know what? I'm probably getting mixed reviews because doesn't Shaq play Shazam?
Everyone says that, but there's a rumor that it's not true. That there's no proof.
No,
because that's one of those things where is one of those things that did it actually happen?
I think
it wasn't Shazam. It was Kazam. I just looked it right up. It was Kazam.
Kazam. Whatever.
He was a genie. He was a genie.
I don't know, man.
It looks good. Everyone that saw the early screenings, they're like, it's so good. Like, it's very different, but it's meant to be different, because it's a kid. The whole concept of it is it's a kid that gets powers, and when he says the word Shazam, he becomes this big Superman kind of character, but he still has the mind of a teenager kid.
Isn't it the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Kind of. It's Big meets Superman, and I mean that's probably a good way to.
Now, is that his costume or that his body?
What do you mean? No, that's a costume.
So
I think we talked.
He's not that bulk.
Yeah, there's no way. Zachary Levi's I mean, he bulked up, but he didn't bulk up like that. I mean, he's a little guy.
He's a little puny guy. Pet Sematary. I remember seeing it when I was a kid. Scared the living shit out of me.
Yep.
And it was so sad because the little boy, of course, he got hit by a truck and dies and whatever. That was all sad. But now they're remaking it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Just thinking about it, I'm like, am I going to get nightmares from this one? I mean, what the hell? Because the first one really scared the shit out of me. I'd rather see Exorcist than that movie.
And now it's got all the new graphics and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I'm good. You let me know how it is.
I'm gonna watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna see it in theaters because I don't know anybody who wants to go see it.
No.
But yeah, that comes out. I don't think it's gonna do as good because I think Shazam is gonna take the weekend for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So that was April 5th. April 7th, the Sunday, you have Killing Eve season 2, which is like everyone's talking about that one. Killing Eve is like one of those murder ones or whatever, but everyone's talking about that. And then The Shy season 2 on Showtime. So those are the two big. I haven't seen either of those. I heard both of them are good. So those are probably going to be up there. And then April 8th, White Boy on Stars. I don't know too much about it. I just know it had some controversy, I think.
White boys.
White Boy.
White boy.
A White Boy. Yeah. Not White Boy Rick. Just White Boy. Okay. So yeah. That's going on. God. Keep my list. All right. So April 12th, the next weekend, got another couple big movies. Hellboy.
Yep.
And The Missing Link. I am not excited about Hellboy. It looks like garbage. No, they should have just made the third film with Ron Perlman. They're restarting it, and they're trying to do the whole Deadpool funny, stupid stuff. I'm not digging it. Doesn't look good. Yeah. Missing Link does look good. It's an animated one where Zach Galifianakis is Bigfoot, and he's trying to meet his cousins, the abominable snowmen, on the other side of a mountain. Who's in it? Wolverine's in it. What's his name? Hugh Jackman. He's in it. Zach Galifianakis is the Bigfoot. The Missing Link. So that looks pretty good. That looks like a good kid movie. That might have some dirty jokes in it. And then
Who's it made by?
I don't know.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
It's got to be like DreamWorks or somebody, I believe. But probably the second, if not the first, depending who you're talking to, most anticipated thing happening is Game of Thrones season 8. The final season starts April 14th. Man, I am super excited about that one. Like, there's so much for me personally, and I know like with my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, everybody that I know who watched the show, Omar, there's so much invested into it. Like you cried, you got angry. I mean, there's parts where like there's one episode that ends, and I remember I was watching it and I was at my mom's house. I was upstairs and it ends, and I know she's downstairs watching it. It ends and I run downstairs. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And she goes, I don't know, what the hell? My sister's calling my mom. She goes, what the hell was that? It was just like it was crazy, man. Crazy. It was oh,
it sounds like a Sopranos ending.
That was just a season finale. Or not even a season finale. That was like the episode before the season finale.
Missing Link, Lakia Entertainment.
Really?
Laika.
I don't know. That's good, though. Like new.
Yeah.
So,
but continue with your second to last season episode.
Yeah. So I mean, if anybody's watching, the red. I was talking about the Red Wedding. Oh, that is. If I don't know anybody who watched that episode and didn't like either cry or get upset or just like flip the table or something, because that was just, oh my god, that was so good. All right, so Game of Thrones, I think it's only 6 episodes, and each episode's like an hour and a half. So it's basically like 6 movies, which is gonna be epic. Yeah. I mean, every year when Game of Thrones first comes out, it like crashes HBO's website. Because most people stream it now because, it's easier to pay for streaming than, to go through that. It crashes HBO.com, the streaming site service. So I will not be surprised if that happens again on April 14th. All right. So Monday, April 15th, we got No Good Nick on Netflix. Arrow season 7 second half is going, and The Code on CBS. Those are all going on April 15th.
CBS Access or
No, there's a CBS the channel.
Okay, regular CBS.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then mid-April, there's a little something I guess a lot of people won't know about it. So there's a local Chicago filmmaker who the filmmaker is a friend of my friend, and he has a series coming out, and it looks really cool. It looks very brutal. It's based in Chicago. It's called New Ties, right? And my friend's in the series. It's a little mini series. It's on my Facebook, so if you want to look it up, or if you just want to look up on Facebook New Ties, it looks pretty brutal, man. And he's in it. He seems pretty hyped. It looks cool. I'm not quite sure. It's about like gangs or mobs or stuff like that. So it does look really cool. It looks really, really cool.
Why don't you put it on the
website?
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do that tonight. I'll throw it up there, or probably tomorrow morning. Well, we'll see. I'll put it up. I'll share the link. So yeah. That's coming out in mid-April. That's when it starts. So that looks pretty cool. And so April 16th, we got a video game coming out, Final Fantasy X and X2 HD remastered, coming out on Xbox and Nintendo. Oh, I don't know if anybody ever played Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2. Those are awesome games, man. Awesome games.
I tried to get into it.
No? Oh, man.
It was back on PlayStation days.
Yeah.
Dreamcast or PlayStation. I tried. It was at Final Fantasy 6 or 7, I think it was.
Oh, 7 was amazing.
I couldn't remember which one was it, but I couldn't. I mean, I know how to use the controls, but it wasn't grasping me. It really wasn't. No,
really? Even 7? 7 was.
I don't know if it was 7.
7 was like the one that like was big. I mean, it won. The soundtrack won awards. I mean, the soundtrack, people still like. If I hear a song off of that soundtrack, I'm like, oh, that's when they're fighting. Oh, well, that's when they're in this cave. I mean, that's how people are, But 10 is a little different. 10 is really, really good. They're remastering it, so I might. Yeah, HD remastered for April 19th. Another movie coming out, a scary movie, The Curse of La Llorona.
No.
You say it.
La Llorona.
There you go.
The Curse of the Crying Lady, basically.
Yeah. It looks okay, but I don't know, man. There hasn't been a good scary movie in a while.
Well, I mean, it's based on.
It's based on like lore,
like truth, myth, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's like there was a lot of backlash on it. Oh, there's no Hispanic people, or whatever. Well,
that was a big issue.
Yeah, a lot of Hispanic culture, they believe in that. That's why it's pretty hard to cast for something you believe in. I mean, I read something somewhere is that Tom Hanks, he was going to play another Spanish scary movie called El Cucuy.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like...
Because they weren't able to find any Hispanic actors playing it or playing that role or what have you, because it's a real thing that people believe in. It's I don't know, it's like Bloody Mary, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's rumored if you hear a lady crying and you have your kids, the chances are the kids are going to be missing, gone, or murdered or something like that.
Yeah, because she like wants to take the kids.
Right, she wants to take the kids because she misplaced hers or lost hers.
Yeah, but it looks good. It looks, I won't say it looked good. It looked good on the trailer, but trailers could be misleading. And I like scary movies, so I might check it out. I might not check it out in theaters, depending. We'll see, because I know Erica's not a scary movie person, so that kind of like ruins scary movies. I got to go by myself.
We should take a poll on that. How many Hispanics are going to watch this?
Oh yeah,
Mexican cultured people are going to watch.
Well, we'll do a poll on that. We'll put a trailer in a poll of that. So that's coming out the end of April-ish, April 19th. April 23rd, This is another big game. Mortal Kombat 11 coming out on the Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. People are losing their damn mind when they saw the trailer. Holy crap.
Are they going to cross-platform that? Do you know of?
Probably not.
I hope they do, man.
I mean, the closest you're going to get to cross-platform with most games is Xbox and PC. You know, that's about it.
Yeah. They're due to Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft, the cross-play stuff. So yeah, people were losing their mind over that game with the trailer, which I'm like, it's a trailer. I let me see gameplay. Yeah, Scorpion's a badass. Raiden is a badass. I already know that. Right. I'm like, I want to see gameplay, you know? Right. And I saw gameplay and it looked cool, but the trailer was awesome. But I'm like, it doesn't mean the game's going to be cool.
No, a trailer for video games is just the same as a trailer as a movie. You know, we can't see that through, because they use different graphics.
It's a cutscene.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an animated movie.
Right.
Yeah.
How are the controls easy or they're hard? You need to press up, down, left, right, X, and B just to throw a punch.
Yeah, I heard they're going back to like the classic kind of control setup. So I think I heard it's going to be good. I heard it's going to be good. They did a lot of early reviews. A lot of people that I watch on YouTube did reviews or previews of it, and they said they liked it. So we'll see. You know, their Mortal Kombat last game was good. I think this one's going to be pretty good too. So I know Omar's going to play it for sure. He loves those fighting games. So
yeah, we need to practice now just to have a good shot at beating him then.
Yeah, maybe we can land a punch.
Yeah. We should. Hopefully.
Right. So we're coming to the end of April. April 25th, Thursday, NFL Draft is on ABC. 2019 NFL Draft. Round 1 starts that Thursday. So that's going to be fun to watch. We'll definitely probably do something that weekend.
Round 1 and 2?
2, I believe.
Or just round 1?
I think it's just round 1. I think round 2 is that Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll probably do something that day. Maybe even like live watch it. You know, I don't know. Maybe we'll get kicked off. I don't know. We'll see. But Friday, April 26th, you got a bunch of things. Street Food on Netflix is coming out. I love those like food shows, so it was always good. The Protector season 2 on Netflix. I haven't seen that. I heard that was good. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power season 2 coming out on Netflix. Season 1, yeah, I heard season 1 was big. And then the thing that's gonna end the world for one day, Avengers Endgame is releasing April 26th. But I'm sure a lot of people are gonna see it on the 25th as well. But the official release date is the 26th.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Get your popcorn ready. Bring empty bottles of Gatorade because you're gonna need a pee.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 hours. 3 hours and 2 minutes. That's the official runtime.
Jesus Christ. You know what? I mean, I think after the post credits and then you got more endings at the end.
Yeah.
After you get the first part, you got a good 2-3 minutes to run to the bathroom, take a pee, and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what a lot of people are gonna do.
Yes. They're gonna be waiting by the door.
It was like, can we just fast forward the credits? Just have people up there like, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that is gonna end game. It's gonna freaking just like freeze the world for one weekend for sure. Sunday, April 28th, NCIS Los Angeles is going season 10 on CBS.
NCIS.
Yeah, Los Angeles. I don't know which one that one is, but season 10. Holy crap.
Criminal Minds. Jess is into that.
Which one?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds? Oh yeah.
I think they're in season like 15.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, there's like 12 to 15, and every season is like I think 15 episodes, 20 episodes.
Okay, yeah, about normal for TV shows, like 20ish.
Well, she's been binge watching it since I think November.
Oh really?
Yeah, just to try to catch up.
Yeah,
like she's just started. She never watched it before.
Yeah, so she's doing all the catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. When you find a good show, it's hard to stop.
Right.
Like once you start watching, you just can't stop. You gotta keep going.
You know what? I agree. Just like our show.
Yeah.
Once you start watching, you can't stop.
Got 20 other hours to watch before this one.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then coming up to the last day of April 30th, Anthony Jeselnik has a stand-up on Netflix coming out. He's a funny dude. And the 100 season 6 on CW is coming out that day too. I watched a few episodes of the 100, and it looks really interesting. I just gotta find some time to binge it. But that is definitely on my list. I want to start watching because that seems pretty cool, like a pretty cool show. So yeah, man, that is a lot of stuff coming out in April.
Man, that is a lot.
Yep.
What are you looking for the most?
Besides Game of Thrones and
Endgame.
Endgame, probably Shazam. I want to see Shazam. Ultraman on Netflix. You know, I'm a big anime guy, and Netflix is really doing a lot of animation stuff, which is cool. You know, they're doing Ultraman, which looks pretty awesome, I gotta say. It's kind of because Ultraman's been around for a while. They always like redo them, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Sabrina Part 2. Oh, because dude, it was so good. It was so good. It was very like I wasn't knowing what to expect, and then I watched it. I'm like, gotta watch it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. My friend's buddy's, you know, his little show, not little show, but his movie series, New Ties. That's honestly, man, it looks pretty interesting. I'm not even joking. You know,
yeah, post it up.
Because I always saw him, you know, my friend, you know, Antonio, putting up pictures. He goes, "Oh, I'm in the movie," and there's a picture of him and this and that. And the trailer dropped, I think, yesterday. It dropped recently. It dropped, and I watched it. I'm like, "Oh man, this is pretty good." You know, like
it's called New Ties.
New Ties.
Okay.
It's on Facebook. So that looks pretty good. But yeah.
And the Game of Thrones was when?
Game of Thrones is April 14th.
Something else has happened on the 14th. What was that?
No.
Don't you graduate from?
Oh, my last day of school for me is April 18th. Is my technically last day of school, but I believe I'm done on the 14th. I'll be done on the 14th.
Which congrats to you, man.
Yep. Oh man.
Congrats.
7 freaking years I've been working on this stupid thing. And then finally just to be done with it, you know. I'm like, I got 2 weeks left.
After that, you can go work at Lightology again.
Oh Jesus. Man, I'm not even.
Damn. I had to go there.
Yeah. No, man.
But let's see.
Hopefully I find a good hospital, man.
You will.
Find a good hospital, get paid pretty decently.
Well, if I'm going to the hospital, you get paid handsomely.
Yeah.
For my conditions.
Yeah. You're not the worst. I've seen worse. All right.
Thank you. That means a lot, I think.
There's a lot worse. Trust me, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
Some stuff.
Real quick, I'm Q. What was it? Key, not Pio.
Jordan.
Who was Pio?
Jordan Peele. Uh-huh.
Right. He's the one hosting Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, yes.
If you would have told me that he was going to be hosting that like 3-4 years ago, I'm going to say, why? That's not him. After seeing these movies,
yeah,
I'm like, that's perfect.
It's right up his alley.
Oh yeah.
How he can go from like funny with Key and Peele, you know, and then go like very scary with like the movies he's done, Us, and although he's under some scrutiny, which I find stupid. It's another like, you know, freaking white guys getting mad. I don't know if you read about that.
Yeah,
where he said
wants to hire minorities.
Well, he said he doesn't see himself hiring a white actor, which I'm like, that makes sense because he's not writing the characters for a white person. Like, you know, it's like oh, enters, you know, this guy and he's listening to hip hop and he's dressed this way and he wants to be a white guy. This is, you know, there's certain things doesn't make sense. You know, it's like
right.
Like imagine if like Denzel Washington was a white guy, it would not have been as good. There's certain characters that you write with, a certain look, and sometimes it's being white or Hispanic or
Right.
same thing with the La Llorona, like you said, it's like like a lot. It's not any Mexican people in it, so it's like you have Mexican lore, but you don't have any Mexicans. So it's kind of like
right because I mean I'm sure they tried casting. They're like,
yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, there's people there that did it, and that's awesome. But would you ever cast Wesley Snipes as Professor X?
Yeah,
no. It doesn't fit. It's not there.
That'd be kind of cool though, but no, it wouldn't fit because he doesn't work. So, but they see it and they're like he's anti-white. I'm like, that's not what he said. He said like there's nothing wrong with that. But for his roles. Like us would not have worked with a white family. That's the bottom line. Same thing with Get Out. If it was just if he was just a white guy instead of being a black guy, the whole movie would be different, and it would not be as a message. With the scariness, wouldn't be as big. So. That's just how I see it. So, but of course, somebody says, oh, I don't see myself doing this. Oh, he hates white people. She hates white men. And it's like, you're really
sensitive. They're just sensitive.
It's also the media. Like a lot of the articles I saw on Facebook were the headlines were like, Jordan Peele hates white men. I was like, what? Like that's not what him said. And they
even Captain Marvel. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Jesus Christ.
But he's funny, man. No matter what he says, I love them. Him and Key and Peele are some of the best, the two best comedian duo in a long, long, long time. Like, have you seen Keanu with both of them?
No.
You watch
Is that
it.
the one with the cat? I
Yes,
need to watch it.
It's hilarious.
I want to watch
it. Man, it is so good. There's a part where Key and Michael Peele, not Key and Michael Key, he's in the car in a minivan with these gangbangers, and he gets. Okay, I won't ruin it. But you gotta watch it though, man. You gotta watch it. I don't know if it's on Netflix or Hulu or something. Watch it because there's a scene. I'm in the theater cracking up, just laughing, and I was like, oh, it's so good because it's so like weirdly out of character because it's a black guy and then with gangbangers and then all this happens. I was like, oh.
What was the name of the movie?
Keanu. Like Keanu Reeves, just Keanu.
Yeah. Keyneau
or something like that.
All right. That's funny. Okay, I gotta look that up.
Yeah. All right. So I think we'll end it here.
Yes, sir.
Go into a post show or something real quick. So one last thing before we do, we still got this stupid contest. This is like, I'm surprised. I'm like, 10 people. We need a few more callers. Just call at any time. 872-225-2404. Leave a message. Just say you liked anything. You like when Iron Man first became Iron Man. Just tell us, and you can win an awesome, freaking cool Marvel prize. Just call. We're not gonna put you on a mailing list and mess with robocall you. I promise.
No, we don't. No, we don't do that.
So yeah, we still have the contest going. Call us 872-225-2404 with your favorite MCU moment.
Right. And you got up to the 25th, was it?
26th. Yeah.
The 26th.
That weekend.
So that weekend we'll announce the winner with the best moment.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'll put it back up. I'll put maybe make a new flyer or something.
Yeah.
We have like 8 people in our Facebook message group. If we could just have all of them call.
And just one, yeah.
It'll be good.
I like it when Winter Soldier kills Tony's parents. Okay, there you go. That's a moment.
Yeah.
It's a shitty one, but you demented freak you, but okay.
Yeah. Will called, but he butt dialed. I'm like, how you butt dial, dude? It's not like I was like, dude, if I would have heard anything in the background, like somebody saying, I like Iron Man 2, cool, entered. But I'm like, you didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything.
That's funny. That's
So-
funny.
So yeah, so the contest is still going. Any last words or sign us out?
No, it's going to be an exciting month. I mean, tomorrow's the 1st, April Fool's Day, so be careful with those tricky coupons and tricky breakups and pregnancies and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They're going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, keep away from donuts. I see people putting mustard and mayonnaise in donuts,
Oh,
thinking
That's
they're Bavarian cream or whatever.
bro. Seriously. Yeah.
So they'll do it. I mean, maybe it would be great for ratings.
Yeah, right. Oh, to get some people to do that. That'd be funny. Yeah, man, that's all. April's gonna be awesome. We're gonna try to keep up with everything as much as possible. Sports, movies, TV shows, video games.
Yeah.
So,
Anything, guys. Anything.
yes. And if you have any topics for us to talk about, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, I say that is it for episode 21. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, you can check us out on all social media platforms at Did We Just Become Best Friends Podcast or at DWJBBF Podcasts. Hit that subscription button with the bell notification. Give us a call or a text at 872-225-2404, and see you guys in the next episode.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry,
right.
people. Bye.
Bye.